Building, 3, 2, 1.
Mike Tyson, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Great to see you here in Dubai. Is it your first time in the UAE?
I've never been here before. This is my first time, yeah.
So what do you make of it?
Well, it seems like a pretty great place. I don't know much about it. I don't do much hanging. I just go where I have to go and come back to my room. It seems like it's pretty overwhelming.
World's tallest building, lots of skyscrapers and beaches as well. Is it your cup of tea?
Hey, it could be. It's nice. It's beautiful. Like I was saying, it's overwhelming. And I haven't seen much of it yet. Maybe after I do my performance, I'll see part of the town.
Let's talk about the performance. Tell us why you're here.
Well, I'm here because the promoters in Dubai asked me to come here. They wanted me to do my show, to do my one-man show, Undisputed Truth. I've been doing it probably a little bit over a year now in the United States, and it's been getting great reviews. And I'm touring the world. This is my first stop. I'm going to go to Germany, France, the West End of London, Scandinavian countries, Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. So I got a long haul ahead of me. This is my first stop on my world tour.
Organised here by Alchemy Project, 2 shows at the Dubai World Trade Center. What is the concept? It's being billed as a one-man show. Tell us more about what punters who are coming to see you can expect.
Well, pretty much it's about it's a dynamic collection of stories that they know about, normally from the newspaper and television, and I'm going to go on stage and tell them about it pretty much.
How candid are you?
I'm pretty emotionally naked. I'm on stage. We've been doing it over a year now, so as I was saying earlier, I had great reviews, and I've been really grateful because it's really been doing well. And this is, like I was saying earlier, this is my first leg on the world tour. I'm a little nervous about coming because I don't know what kind of sense of humor these people in Dubai have. I mean, I have the same kind of sense of humor I have, but Americans have. We'll see.
But of course, although there's humour in it, it's wrong, even though a lot of people are using this phrase to call the show stand-up comedy.
No way it's stand-up comedy. I don't know why people laugh. Maybe some hardship is funny, but it's just, I thought it's like this is a drama. I wanted it to be more like a drama. This is a stage drama, but it doesn't come out that way, I guess. So we're going to see what happens in Dubai.
Directed by Spike Lee, it's an unusual marriage between 2 names that most people wouldn't necessarily associate together. So how did the teaming up with Spike Lee come about?
Well, Spike's a Brooklyn boy like myself, and I know Spike for over 20 years. And I did my show in Las Vegas first, and one of the gentlemen that worked for Spike, one of his employees, saw the show. He witnessed the show. He called Spike, and I happened to be in Poland at the time. And he was in Brazil, so he gave me a call and he said, let's take it to Broadway. And it pretty much took a life of its own after that.
And did you take much convincing? Did you like being in front of a crowd? I guess so, because boxing is showmanship as well.
Pretty much, that's what I was born to do. It may sound strange to say it, but that's just what I'm born to do. I'm born to be in front of people, and I'm not going to do anything that is not going to risk me making a fool out of myself and me absolutely just flopping on my face. And everything I do has a risk to it. And it's just like a live performance. It's not like a movie. When I shoot a movie, you get the finished product and boom, it hits you. I have to be there, I have to be judged, people have to see me, I have to feel the energy of people, and that's when I work my best.
Do you feel in terms of emotions and highs similar when you're on stage to when you walked into a boxing ring in your pomp?
Absolutely the same. You feel the energy from the people, you feel the energy. The only difference is I don't have to go to the hospital after every show.
So, when you look back on your career now, and presumably the show allows you to do so in quite a lot of detail, what is your overriding emotion? You achieved so much, but there were regrets as well.
I don't talk much about my boxing career in the show. There's 3 fights that let's talk about, but I'm also talking about my life and my experience because of my career, because of my notoriety and becoming famous and coming from a very poor neighborhood and reaching so much elite fame and losing it and reaching it again, just a roller coaster in life. And it's just, that's what I talk about, the rawness and the bare essentials of my life.
And when you actually look back on the life outside of the boxing ring, I've heard you refer to it before as a blur, I've heard you quoted as saying that you should be dead by now, and that gives you hope for the future as well. So how do you sum up where you are now from a life point of view or a mental point of view?
Hey, I'm very grateful and very, that's what I'm trying to convey, gratitude. But there's no way in a million years if you'd have told me in 1991 or 92 that I'd be doing this, I'd still be alive, I would say you out of your mind. And that's just for that makes me believe there's a God. In order for me to be here talking to you and be 47 years old talking to you and having a new form of success and fame where guys that are 10 years old know my name, which they would have never knew my name, never knew I had fought before, but because of hangovers and the movies that I did and some of the stage shows I did and also this particular show, it's not like that. I have such a variety of people that never even saw me fight before, a whole new genre of kids.
And that's what you find now, do you, that when you bump into your fans, many of them go, that's Mike Tyson from The Hangover, not that's Mike Tyson who held 3 of the biggest heavyweight titles at the age of 20.
Absolutely, but if they're with their mother or their father, they explain to them who I was and what I used to do before I did acting and before I was performing on television.
And which do you think you prefer? It's easy to say that boxing was where you excelled, but having now done acting and stage work and a variety of other projects, do you still wish in some senses if you could do it all over again that you'd be a boxer, or is there an argument that you might be an actor?
Everything's happening well. I have a Golden Globe, I have an Emmy, so I'm doing pretty good. No one would ever believe that I would have a Golden Globe and an Emmy this quick in my career as an actor, and which I'm grateful for, of course, but my boxing life is over, and I don't allow myself to be imprisoned by my past. I continue to live my life, be the new person that I want to be.
At what point, Mike, did you realise you had to change or you might be dead?
I don't know, just come. I was just doing drugs and I was living really a reckless life, and I didn't want to live that life anymore. I couldn't stop. And even though I was still using drugs, I was saying if I could ever get a chance again, I would stop. And I got that chance, and so things worked out well.
Is it always a danger when you fight for a living that that attitude and mentality does spill out outside of the boxing ring, and is that what happened?
100%. That's just who I am. I'm just pretty reckless in my life. I'm pretty extreme. That's just my personality. That's like I have so many highs and so many lows. It's never in between. Either I'm making all the money and I have all the fame in the world, or I have nothing. It's never in between. You know, this is the first time I learned some balance where I'm dealing with just being a normal guy with not a great deal of money and just living my life and living in a respectable fashion in life. And this has been new to me, you know, because I'm used to burning hot, quick up or down. And it's just part of growing that I'm accepting now in life.
And were you born that way, do you feel, or is it part and parcel of the upbringing which ultimately saw you leave your parents and end up under the stewardship of Customate?
I don't know, I have to have been born that way. I can't blame anybody. Maybe my environment, you know, because we're from the poorest people. We're the poorest, my family's the poorest. We came from the poorest neighborhood of New York, so it could have been. So I don't blame anybody, I blame myself, and that's just who I am. I'm that way now, but pretty much controlled. I learned some balance in my life. I'm very grateful just to be here. I've never been in the body before. I always heard stories about a lot of my friends visited and performed here, and now it's my time.
Talk to me about the influence of Cuss, which was positive, but he was a very intense man who turned you into arguably a more aggressive person, or at least fighter.
There's no doubt about it. If I hadn't met Cuss, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. He gave me discipline, he gave me an ego, he gave me a lot of things. He gave me self-esteem, things I never possessed before. And he gave me the will to succeed in life, the desire to succeed, and to refuse to lose. Even though you lose, you get defeated, you have hard times, you just continue to fight on. You don't stop until you win.
And then you get to 20 and you're essentially king of the world, you're the baddest man on the planet. Did you relish that tagline, or was part of it an act?
Well, I liked it back then when I was young. Right now I don't like that title. You know, people still say that, but I'm not that guy anymore. I'm just a simple actor now. You know, I was looking at last year, one of the worst jobs in the world. Number 4 was being an actor, so I got a horrible job, I guess. Right? So I enjoy it though a lot. I really love doing it.
Looking at the boxing career, 1 or 2 fights stand out. I mentioned those 3 titles at 20. The win over Spinks was big as well because he was undefeated at the time, and I guess part of you always like beating up the Brits as well.
It's not necessarily true. It just happened. That happened to be that situation. Frank Bruno's a good friend of mine. You know, we just were 2 people in the same profession.
Looking at the Evander Holyfield fight and incident, is there regret there on your part, or do you not like speaking about it and just want to move on?
I talk about everything. I just wish I didn't bite it there, but it happened. It happened. Can't take it back. It's the past. And you know, I meant that. I talked to Evander. Matter of fact, Evander got into a commercial with me for Foot Locker. It was getting ready to come out internationally. So things happen in life and you can make amends. As long as you're alive, you can always make amends for your past behavior.
Why do you think that incident came about though?
Well, you know, he was butting me in the head a lot. I wasn't getting the proper call. And I just got really frustrated at the moment. I shouldn't have, but I did. And that's what happened.
Is it hurtful though that that still is associated with you, and just like baddest man on the planet, some people use the word cannibal?
No, because they don't use the word cannibal. All the remarks I get about that is pretty much charming and amendable. People always take pictures of me biting their ear. That's my most requested picture. So I took something real negative and made it real positive out of it.
Absolutely, and you were interacting more recently with Luis Suarez, who had not an identical incident, but nonetheless a biting that resulted in a big ban, and I saw you be one of the first people to kind of consolidate him on Twitter as well.